Hello and welcome back to another speed build. On this speed build we'll be working on a boardwalk. This one's pretty exciting. I've been looking forward to doing this one. I have a lot of ideas in mind and I can't wait to put them on here for you guys. Starting out, I'm actually laying out the boardwalk itself. I didn't know how long I wanted it to be, so I was just testing it out, see actually how long I want it to be. I know there's a cliff right there, so I wasn't trying to let that get in my way. I didn't know if I wanted to extend it out where the actual gray sidewalk is or not, but I'll get to it eventually. For right now, I need to fill in the rest of this. Now that that's done, I went ahead and started placing down some safety rails. I really like to use these. It doesn't take up too much room, and I like the color. I wanted to change up the color just a little bit. It is a lighter brown. I know it doesn't match perfectly, but I think it works pretty well. I wanted to use these all along just to give it that effect that it was kind of closed off. I will eventually come back and make some openings, but for right now, I really like how this looks, and we're gonna roll with it. Just to help me out, I did decide to go ahead and remove some just so I know where kind of a walkway is. And I did decide to actually expand it out all the way to where this cliff is. I think I want to make it pretty long. I didn't know at this point in time, but I don't know. I think it'll look better this way. So I went ahead and did that. And now I'm actually going to work on expanding it to where that silver part is. I think it'll make more sense, and I don't know, you're walking on a sidewalk and then it leads to a boardwalk. I don't know, I think it makes a lot of sense, so I went ahead and did that too. I didn't know where I wanted to place everything at just quite yet, but I know I wanted there to be a few entrances that you can actually get onto the boardwalk. So I wanted to leave some openings around just so I had an idea where I wanted to place things. And now I'm actually going to, I don't know, mess around and decorate just a little bit to see what I wanted. I want to use some of these street lamps along. I really like these street lamps. I really think they'll add a nice touch, and they look like they're kind of hanging over, and I really like that. So they're actually not on the boardwalk itself. And over here, I did decide to close off this area just some. I think it will look really cool. On the back side, I went ahead and placed down, well, I was going to place down some safety railing, but I decided it didn't look that good. So I actually used hedges here. I like how it looks, and it kind of closed off the area just a little bit. Now it's time to decorate. I had a lot of fun actually doing this. I wanted it to be really full. I wanted it to be I don't know, like a tourist kind of boardwalk where you can go along and actually buy stuff you like. I always find these really exciting, just I don't know, when you visit somewhere, it can be really anywhere, and they have all kinds of, I don't know, goods for sale, or sometimes people actually make these goods themselves too. And I don't know, I wanted to put everything I could think of just along here. I think it looks really nice. I wanted to make sure this is really full. It's really cramped. I don't know. That's how I envision a boardwalk being. Placing down just some leaves just to cover up some of the boardwalk itself so it's not just so bland. And now over here I'm going to add some sand paths so you're actually leading to the beach. I really like how this turned out. It was a really nice touch, I think, and I think it helps with the overall look just in general. And this signpost, I really like it. It gives us some good height, and I don't know, I think it's really fitting. And over on the side, I did want to add some greenery just around, just some palm trees and some shrubs and some flowers actually. I didn't know if I wanted to use hedges. I didn't think they looked the best, so I went ahead and swapped those out. I really like how everything else looks, like the flowers and the shrubs. I think it gives it more life to the build itself. I didn't want to be, I don't know, boring, I guess. After placing down the flowers and the shrubs, I went over on this back corner here. I wanted to add another little sand patch, just so it can show it's another entrance to the actual beach itself. I really like how this turned out too. It looked really good. And just to add some more items, I decided to add a surfboard here. I think it looks really nice. And over here, I did decide to fill in this the rest of the way. I think the longer it is, probably the better. So I went ahead and filled this in and added another spot to the boardwalk. Finishing things off with some safety railing over on this side, and I did decide to add a palm tree right here. I wanted some more height in this area, so I went ahead and did that, and I just created a new little sand path. The sand path is really useful in these little tight areas, and I think it turned out really well. And on this back side, I just added a party light arch. I love these, and I don't know, I think it makes it look pretty festive. now it's time to add some final little touches here. This is a snack shop, so I did add some snacks and a little hula girl. And over here, just finishing up the greenery on this side. I really like how this turned out. I was really pleased with it. Now that I got the boardwalk done, I wanted to add, I don't know, some little features to the other side of the boardwalk. I wanted to start out by just expanding this road some. I didn't know truly where I was going with it at this point, but I did know I wanted to angle it some. So I definitely wanted to work on that and get this done before I did anything else. About to finish up the road here, and I did decide I think I wanted to add some sand, a lot of sand actually, on this other side. So after I did finish up this road, I did start to do some sand pathing. I wanted to build like a sand area that actually led in to the boardwalk. So I wanted to fill in a lot of area and put some more decorations in it. Not knowing placing down all this sand would have been such a big pain, I had to remove a lot of the road I already made, and I had to end up removing some of the boardwalk just so I can cover up the little green like patches it shows. This took me way longer than it probably should, but I did get it done. In this area, I wanted to create kind of like a, I don't know, kind of like a tiki looking barish place. I had a really cool idea in mind. I've been looking a lot recently just for some inspo, trying to figure out how I wanted to place these all together. Here I am kicking up all my boardwalk that I worked on just to add some sand pathing underneath of it. This was a pain in the butt, but I did get it done. I'm sure I'm not the only one that this has happened to. I really wish that sometimes all these paths can just meet and not create that green line, if that makes sense. It'll save a lot of time, but I guess that's just how things are. In this part right here, I struggled so much. I thought I covered it up enough with the actual sand that it would get rid of that green dot, but it looked like it made things worse. So I had to end up kicking more path up just to cover it up some more. I finally got it right after too long, you can say. After I was done struggling and putting everything I put up back together, I started off this area just with some palm trees. I wanted to create a little, like a diagonal entrance to the boardwalk. I don't know, I think it looks different, and I really like kind of what I was going for. Using some wheat fields just to cover up that tree just a little, and a surfboard. Now I'm just placing down some of these more safety railings just to give it like a sense like it's kind of blocked off. But in this big center area, I actually made a little, I don't know, like an oasis area. I really like doing these. I think it adds to that tropical theme a lot. And I was trying to figure out where I wanted to place this tree. The water wouldn't work out right here, so I did end up picking up and moving it again. After finding the right spot that I wanted, I went ahead and started filling in all this sand pathing with some of this water pathing. I wanted to create kind of like a little, I don't know, like when I'm going and I'm traveling somewhere, I always see little boardwalks and there's like water in between and like sand. I wanted to replicate something like that I've seen before. I think I really captured kind of that look I was going for. I don't know. I try to make builds off of things I've seen, and I don't know, try to make something really different and unique. Now that I got all the water pathing done, I did decide to extend this out just one more, just so the water pathing looked nicer. And the safety railing, I did leave it kind of like I don't know, like spaced out a little bit more, just so it can, I don't know, it makes it flow better, I guess. And on this backside, I added a lot of simple panels. I was actually going to make a tiki bar. This took me a little bit, and I didn't like how this was just spaced. So I did go ahead and pick up all these flowers and trees on the top and decided to terraform this backside just so I can have a little more room with the tiki bar. And after that, I did place down some more sand pathing just to cover up the green tiles. Now that I got that fixed, my gazebos can actually fit here properly. I've been dying to use these, and I was really happy I was able to finally use them. So I definitely wanted to use a few. I decided to use 2 of them actually, and I kept them spaced apart just so I can make it look a little bit bigger. And these counter tables are awesome. I was going to use 4 at first, but I thought that was a little too much, so I did end up taking one of those out. I just messed around to see what kind of way I wanted to have them, I guess, placed. So I did decide to only use 3 at this point. I was just scooting them around just to see which one would look the best. And now that I have everything arranged how I wanted, I went ahead and started placing down just some, I don't know, like fruit stuff, and also like, I don't know, like smoothies and stuff you think you see like kind of like at a tiki bar place. I wanted it to make it pretty colorful, but also keep it with the theme with the browns and the whites. I think it looks really clean, and I love these bar stools, how they looked. I think they worked really nicely with it. And what's a tiki bar without some ice cream and some, I don't know, some like fruit drinks? I really like these, and I did add a festival lamp just on the end there. I really like how that looks. And some lights. These party light arches work perfectly here. I think it definitely gets that tiki vibe I was going for, and I love the turnout. I think it looks awesome. Alright, that wraps up today's speed build on our boardwalk. I really hope you guys did enjoy today's speed build. This one's a really fun one for me. If you guys did enjoy too, please do consider liking and subscribing. And if you have any recommendations for any videos, please do leave them down in the comments below. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Till next time.